He didn't force us.
You might be hearing from our doctor because we're both diabetics.
Why haven't you told me this 10 minutes ago?
We came here for a specific reason, for donut, and thinking outside the box, we came to here, the box. Why? Look at this. Another interesting thing, since you're talking about thinking outside the box, there are 3 locations of this place, the box. One is here in Mississauga, the only one location in Canada, North America, in the American, North America, South America, only one. There's another in Doha, in Qatar, but the main one, this originally is from Budapest.
Oh my
Surprise!
And the
Hungary.
workers here are Hungarian.
Yes. So, thinking about the box,
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season.
we are the Fluffies.
I'm Eric.
I'm Christian. We originally made one video, but ended up being 2. You're gonna see why. We're the Fluffies. We are here in Budapest at
The donut box.
donut box. Have you imagined a donut that's not rounded? It's square.
Yes. Very good.
And the fun is, the origin of the square donuts is here in Budapest,
This
specifically
is the original one.
the store of the square donut box. So we came here, had a great time with them, and the Canadian owner, or the owner of the
Balázs.
Canadian branch, Balázs. And so we're gonna see what we did, what we try, or everything.
Hold that heartbeat. We could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now.
Okay, so we're here in Budapest, Hungary at the Box Donut with one of the owners of the Canadian branch, Balázs. So
Hi everyone.
thank you for letting us come and
Very
invade.
welcome.
So please tell us, how did you get started with the donut as a square as opposed to a circle, which everyone is normally used to?
So the whole story started here in Hungary about 4 years, well, let's say 5 years ago, because there was a lot of testing and experimental phases in the beginning, but we opened around 4 years ago our first store here in Budapest at the capital of Hungary.
And it's this store, right?
And it's this exact store, yeah. And then during the last 4 years, we have opened 2 more stores in Budapest, 5 more in other cities around Hungary. And one of our first locations outside Hungary is actually in Mississauga. One thing that you mentioned is that the donuts are actually square, but this is just one part of the story. Technologically, it's pretty difficult to make a donut square, but the more important part of the whole story is that these donuts are amazing. We really try to put a little European twist into the donuts that you Canadians are used to. The dough itself is a little bit different. The ingredients that we are using are very different. We don't sugar glaze. We only use Belgian and French chocolates that we dip the donuts in. We use pistachios from Italy, Sicily. We use candied flower petals from France. So we really try to upscale a little bit, elevate the donuts that you used to, and so far the Canadians really love it. So I'm very glad. Here it's a huge success. We are open in Canada for 5 months now when we are shooting this, and so far it's amazing. One thing I really like about Canadians is that they are very open for quality, and this is something we appreciate a lot. If you explain to them what efforts you put into a product, they are more than welcome and very open for these qualities.
Earlier, you mentioned something about numbers.
Yeah, we talked about why we have chosen Canada as one of the first locations outside Hungary. You have to know that per capita, Canadians eat the most donuts in the world, and per capita, Canadians have the most donut shops. So we thought that if we want to put this or bring this product outside from Hungary, let's try it at the epicenter of donuts. Let's bring it to Canada. Let's see what Canadians think about it, and so far I'm very happy.
And what are the most popular flavors?
The most popular flavors, which are also available in Canada, just like here, are the creme brulee, the brownie boom with lots of chocolate, of course the Boston cream, as always. But we have some interesting mixes. Like we have a salty caramelly donut with black salt. That's my favorite. You will be able to try it. And we also use meringue on the top of the donuts. We will show those as well. So beside those well-known flavors like the Boston cream and stuff like that, we try to infuse these donuts with some other types of desserts like the creme brulee. So we try to. This is also part of elevating the donuts.
How do you come up with those flavors? There's so many different kinds of desserts, or their categories too.
Yeah. Lots of travel with open eyes, trying lots of food, opening into lots of small grocery stores everywhere around the world, and you can meet a lot of interesting spices, a lot of new ingredients.
I don't know, what's the biggest challenge you have, not just in Hungary but also in Canada? What's the most?
Did anyone say anything like square donut? Why?
Yes, not just anybody, everybody were surprised that the donuts are square. I think the shape itself is very recognizable, it's very good for the brand, but just simply because of the shape, people wouldn't come back again to have another donut at the same place. So beside having the square donut, as I mentioned, technologically it's a very difficult thing. I think one of the most difficult challenges is maintaining quality. For example, in Canada, one of the chocolates we are using, a French chocolate, was not available. So we had to negotiate with the importer of that chocolate to somehow start importing that specific white chocolate that we prefer, because that has the standard that we prefer. And so it's sourcing the ingredients. That's one of the key issues that we always face, and we always try to challenge.
Do you plan to go to United States, for example? You want to face that?
Yes, it's after Canada, it's an obvious step to go to the US. It's a very different market.
In what sense?
Larger, which has its own challenges as well. So you cannot invade the US in one step. You have to go step by step from state to state. But I think that will be the next step.
Hard to concentrate with a whole bunch of donuts.
So let me show you, and I mentioned some of the donuts already. So this is the famous creme brulee that I mentioned. My favorite, the salty caramelly one with the black salt. Yeah. Those French lavender petals candied. This is the pistachio raspberry one, very good one. I also prefer that one. Brownie boom, an awful lot of chocolate. A lemon meringue, also a very good one with a lemon cream in the middle. And then mango passion fruit, very popular in Canada. People really love.
And that will be popular in Brazil.
Is it? Okay.
Maracujá, yeah.
And then another classic, the rainbow. I brought some forks, but
That's a donut.
yeah. Don't use the fork. Just grab it. I think we can cut it. Maybe if we cut it, then we can share it.
That might be a good idea.
Okay. All the creams and the jams that we are using, we make ourselves. And let's try the salty caramel.
So, we did before. Hold on. Do the tears.
Cheers, yeah.
It's rich.
It is, and the dough itself is fluffy actually.
Fluffy.
Another trick in the donut is that we bake it in peanut oil instead of palm oil. It has a richer taste. It's better for the environment, and if you have allergies for peanut oil,
I was going to ask, is that a problem?
It's not a problem because the allergy comes from the protein that is in the peanuts. Now, peanut oil is 99.9% fat. It's an oil. So it does not have any protein in it, the peanut oil itself. So if you're allergic to peanut, then it means you're allergic to the protein that's in the peanut. So peanut oil is not a problem for peanut allergy.
It's good to know. There's another half left. Do you want to
You go. Sacrifice, poor guy.
the things we do?
He's behind the camera. He's in a more difficult situation.
I know.
The other one had more of the pistachio,
Yeah.
and this had more of the strawberry.
Yeah, the different parts of the donut are filled with different creams and jams.
I know.
Don't want to waste it.
And also notice in the other store, everything is square. Like the toilet is square, the napkin, everything is
The
square.
plates and everything
plates.
is square. Yeah.
It's very
We try to make everything square. The shape of the whole structure inside the shop is square. So
Okay.
let's try the salty. That's my favorite. I can't wait to try it. Let's do it.
It's good, and the owner likes. If it's a good, means a lot.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's important.
Very moist.
Wow, there's so many layers.
I can feel the salt.
Yeah, but it comes the salt over, and it changes what you're biting already. Now you know why you like so much. All right, later you have the square
bagel.
Yes.
So this one I'm going to give to Christian.
It's really good.
And the salt on the top is a black salt, which is from Hawaii.
It's not in the Europe. Everything else was Europe.
Yeah. Not the black salt.
It changes totally the flavor because you think you're having something and suddenly comes something else. It changes.
In most desserts, the caramel itself is mixed with the salt. But I think The salt itself with the milk chocolate on the top of the donut tastes very good, and then the caramelly flavors. I think, as Christian said, there are when you try it, there are steps. Different flavors kick in. It's not just a mixture of all the flavors, but and this is what I really like in some foods that if they have different layers, if they have not just a bland flavor, but let's try the lemon one.
I should apologize for listeners or subscribers for seeing such a bad.
Yes. We would offer it to you, but you're not here.
So I should come to Hungary or go to Canada or Qatar.
Come to Hungary, Qatar, or Canada. Are there any plans to go outside of Toronto or Mississauga?
Yes. Currently, there are multiple openings in progress.
I'm sure Montreal would be interested because there's a big Hungarian community there.
Yeah. And Montreal is a very foodie place.
Yes, very.
Now go to meringue.
Yeah. With some lime on the top.
And it's according to there were 3 or 4 categories. What were they again?
So we have some limited and some exclusive donuts, depending on the fillings, toppings, which one you choose.
Okay, so this is the lavender.
The lavender one.
Oh, forgetting. I'm going to be bouncing later after all the sugar.
The lavender petals are from a French company. They do this since the 19th century. It's a very old family-owned company. 1830, 1840, I don't remember the exact year when the company was established, but it's a very old French company, only doing candied flower petals, mint leaves, rose petals.
So, who come up with the flavor? How is that chosen?
Yeah.
So it's your
Yeah. Yeah.
Busted.
very good job.
Yeah. So the thing is that the main flavors are born here in Hungary, but then for example, in Canada, we try to make some flavors for the local taste as well.
Maple.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But it's interesting that first we had the idea that we have to make some maple donuts for the Canadians, but they don't want to have that maple. They are rather interested about what lavender you have, what other chocolate you have than what we are used to in other donuts. So maple you can find everywhere in Canada. So it turned out the other way around. Canadians were more open towards the original flavors that we have, that aren't from Canada originally.
Yeah, but what got our attention was not just the square, but we started reading the website, the flavors. Oh, I was more and more surprised. Oh my God, I have this version of this thing. Mm-hmm. That was so interesting. That's why it's so hard to choose, because you say, oh, I have to go there. The square one is far from us, so I have to go there many times to be able to try most
Why did you choose Mississauga as opposed to downtown Toronto?
It was a very good opportunity because in Square One they opened the new section of the mall, which was dedicated to gourmet food, and it was a very good. Square One is a very busy mall, and opening a shop in a busy mall. But not just alone, but with other gourmet vendors, you get more visibility, you get more visitors. So it was. But then the second step, we will have multiple shops opening later this year. You guys are living North York. Okay.
Shepherd Young.
So we will have hopefully another shop opening in the Yorkdale Mall, downtown Eaton Center, and one at the Royal Bank Plaza.
Okay.
And you're right, this is to cut in a square.
Yeah. Especially if you want to get equal.
Yeah.
For families, no fight.
This is bigger than mine.
I think the dough is very different than what people are
True.
used to. It's not oily at all. You can easily eat 2 or 3 donuts.
Or 8.
Yeah.
It becomes an experience, because not just, oh, let's have a donut. No, have a donut, but more than it. So that's
Exactly.
a cool.
Exactly.
Oh, so our viewers are not being paid for this. It's just saying
Yes,
because we
we're not
like.
being paid for this. It's,
Yes,
we're
it's
honest.
spontaneous thing. Nothing is. It's a good thing to say.
Yes.
He didn't force us.
You might be hearing from our doctor because we're both diabetics.
Why haven't you told me this 10 minutes ago?
It's gonna kill us, but it's okay.
So this was the last video of the channel, everyone.
But it was a good one.
But it was a good one.
And this is the.
So this is the passion fruit and mango one.
Okay, this is going to be very popular with the Brazilians.
Yeah.
The maracujá is very.
When here they mention maracujá, no passion fruit. In the US they say passion fruit, but not maracujá. It's interesting. I noticed this. Because in Brazil, in Portuguese, it's maracujá.
Yeah. And I was glad to hear that you call it maracuja. But okay, in North America, people know it as passion fruit more. I think in Europe it's both ways around. Many people don't know that the two things are the same. I think
I have a feeling.
they mix it with even I think with the mixed maracuja with mango. Although you know the two things have nothing in common.
It's because also in Brazil, the maracujá is yellow. In Canada, you see it's like green or red. You know? So maybe that's why people confuse.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
It's so hard.
I'm afraid to give you any more.
That's fine.
I'll be so happy for the end of the day.
Okay, let's have the chocolate one.
Okay.
That's it.
So, doctor, don't watch this.
Yeah, so this is the brownie boom.
Okay. It's filled with chocolate.
Yeah, you already see it. A lot of chocolate. I don't even want to look.
Ready? Oh, yeah.
Filled with chocolate.
Reminds me like the eclairs. In Brazil, called bomba. Or bomba. Very much. And the feeling, too.
The feeling is rich in flavor, but not too.
Overpowering.
Yeah. This is why it's important to choose the right chocolate.
And you chose it all.
And it shows because, like you mentioned, everyone is a different experience. So you're not just having a regular donut, you have more. So the other 7 we tried, everyone's a different story. It's not, oh, just another, no, it's another flavor, another thing. That's a cool thing. Have an experience. Wanna try the colorful one?
Well, of
Party
course,
one?
it's coloring. It's calling.
There's some red, looks like a bit the Brazilian brigadeiro because of the sprinkles.
I rather want you to have the bagels. Something without sugar.
Okay.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, of course the bagels are square as well. And we have 2 bagels for you here. One of them is of course with salami. Very typical Hungarian, Austrian. Yeah, even Italian, they eat salami as well. And the other one is with eggplant, smoked baked eggplant. Also very traditional in Hungary. very healthy, and not just in Hungary,
After
but
all.
yeah, no sugar,
No sugar.
no sugar, and not just from Hungary, but also from Transylvania. So we bake our own bagels.
Okay.
That's the basic one, but we have bagels with poppy seed, onion.
So once again, thank you, Balázs, for taking the time to talk with us. And if you've ever had interesting donuts such as this, feel free to ask a question or make a comment. And please don't forget to subscribe, to follow us, and definitely click on the bell to make sure you get a notification that we have a new video. Don't want to miss a video. And of course, stay fluffy.